Hello. Welcome back to Module 2, Searching as Strategic Exploration. Today, we'll cover Section 5, Types of Information Sources and Research Techniques. This will be the first of 3 videos on this subject. In this video and the next 2, we will discuss the formats of materials you may come across as you research your topic. We'll also cover the ways to access them. Books are always a good place to begin research. Standard texts can provide a summary of current ideas within larger subjects in academic disciplines. They offer both depth and breadth in the coverage of a topic. They can break down a topic into smaller subtopics and offer greater detail than a journal article's word count would allow. They include bibliographies or reference lists that can lead a researcher to other sources. Electronic books can be searched across the work's content. Academic or university presses perform a peer review process that ideally results in a reliable source. Books tend to follow common design arrangements. Sections in print books always begin on a right-hand page, also known as the recto, while a left-hand page is called the verso. The front matter is the beginning section of a book, either print or electronic. Not every page is numbered, but those that are often use Roman numerals. These Roman numerals, for example, represent 1 through 5. Included in the front matter is the half-title page, which shows just the title of the book. The title page presents the full title, subtitle, author's name, and publisher. The frontispiece is an optional choice by an author in which an illustration or image is placed opposite the title page. The copyright page, or colophon, features the copyright notice, the year the edition was released, the font used, details about the publisher, and the ISBN. The dedication page highlights a personal message to a friend, family member, or inspiring person. The table of contents lists chapter titles and their corresponding page numbers. This is a guide to the major sections of the book, including the front matter, the content of the main body, and the back matter. There may be a page that shows a list of figures and tables with the corresponding page numbers. The epigraph is another optional choice that features a quote or passage that reflects the book's theme. The author's note provides context, background information, or an explanation about the content, language, writing process, sources, methods, goals, or the work itself. Found in nonfiction, the preface is a short, personal essay by a book's author that typically discusses the book's creation or provides context to the current edition. The preface may end with acknowledgments of those who contributed to the completion of the book. The foreword is similar to a preface, except it is written by someone other than the book's author. Writers of forewords are usually prominent people or experts in whatever field the book is discussing. The body of the book is the middle section and normally represented by Arabic numerals such as 1, 2, 3, and so on. The prologue is usually found in fiction works and written from a character's point of view. This part introduces readers to the book's setting and is used to spark the reader's interest. The introduction is normally found in non-fiction works and is closely related to the book's contents. This section explains the subject, scope, or goals, the main topics, definitions or methodology, or any background details. The introduction provides context or deepens the meaning of the text. The main text encompasses the primary portion of the book and contains the actual narrative, information, or substance of the work. The text is normally organized into sections and/or chapters. The headers at the top of the verso show the book title, while the headers on the recto can present either the author's name or the chapter title. Footnotes in nonfiction works present the citations for sources that were used to inform the narrative. They always appear under the text at the bottom of the relevant page. The epilogue in fiction works features a scene that wraps up the narrative, often taking place after the story's end. The conclusion in non-fiction works summarizes the central themes and ideas of the text. The afterword is a final note written either by the author or someone else familiar with the work. This usually provides a piece of commentary or supplemental information about the work. The postscript is similar to the afterword, but this edition is typically shorter, less developed, and more informal in tone. Back matter is the concluding section and contains information on the book itself. An appendix or addendum is normally found in non-fiction works and includes additional content or updates to the book, such as a more recent edition. There may be more than one appendix. If they are not part of the preface, an acknowledgement page may be found here. Endnotes perform the same function as footnotes, the lone difference being their location in the book. Footnotes and endnotes are primarily used for citation purposes in books, but they can also be annotated to provide additional information. The glossary is a list of definitions or explanations for terms found in the text. They are organized in alphabetical order. The bibliography is the formal list of citations, similar to those found in a research paper's bibliography, works cited page, or list of references. There will be a consistent style guide used, such as the Chicago Manual of Style. The index compiles the names or terms used within the book, accompanied by the page number where they can be located. The index is arranged in alphabetical order. Now that you understand the names and functions for various parts of books, let's talk about what you should consider when choosing books as sources. Some questions you can ask yourself are: who is the author? What is his or her qualifications? Why is he or she an expert in this topic? What is the author's history of publications? Is the book well researched? Does the book acknowledge the work of other authors? Does the index indicate that a thorough survey of existing literature has gone into the book in question? How recent is the book? Is the book a reprint of an earlier edition? Is the book a classic source that can add authority or context to your work? Who is the publisher? An academic or university press? A commercial press? If so, do they have a good reputation for quality? Further considerations in regard to publishers can be found by following the QR code. Consult the index and look for names, terms, and subjects that may relate to your research question. Read the preface, foreword, and/or introduction. Refer to the table of contents to find needed information more quickly. Look for illustrations such as photographs, charts, tables, and graphs that can help to clarify concepts and data sets. Note the parts of the book that you have identified as being relevant to your research. Next time. In the next section, we will talk about other formats you may encounter as you research your topic. Until then, thank you for your time. If any of the examples piqued your interest, here are the books used for this section.